Three, two, one.
Glowing Up Latina Season 2, Episode 5.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Glowing Up Latina.
Hello.
We are down a person today. We're missing Amanda. She is currently not feeling well, so she is taking a well-deserved rest, and we hope she feels better.
Take those meds, girl. Take those
hmm
meds.
It is that time of the year, you guys. You just, oh, be careful out there.
Yeah. Take your vitamins, drink that tea, make some soup.
Stay hydrated.
Just get all warm yeah, drink lots of water. Something that I should be doing personally.
I find that it's like kind of hard, not hard for me to drink water, but if I'm at work and I'm like in the zone, I like don't think about like I need to take a sip of water, even though I have a whole water next to me.
That's so crazy because when I was in the office, like I would drink water like regularly. Like I had my own water bottle, go walk to the kitchen, get my little steps in. But now that I'm home, I don't do that. I'm just kind of like at my desk, glued all day. And then I'm just kind of like, oh, maybe I should have some agua. Get that, get the fluids flowing inside.
That's me at home. Like I don't know what I feel like it's laziness if I'm being honest. I'll be like I'm comfortable. I don't want to get up. You know what? I'll just stay thirsty. It's not that big of a deal. But I've
Yeah.
started to do that
Yep.
in the office where like every hour I get up to refill my water. So I'm like getting up and not just sitting there all day. And also because
Yeah.
I get not bored is the wrong word, but I get antsy and I'm like, oh, I need to get up. I've been in here all day.
Yeah. I don't know why it's so different at home. I feel like I don't know. I don't know why.
You're comfy cozy. You want to be home.
Yeah. Yeah,
I want to
this
be
is
home.
true.
But how have you been, Liana? What's been going on?
It's been good. Um, Work's been fine, which is great. Christmas is around the corner, so Nord and I are going Christmas decorating shopping soon, so we can try to figure out how to decorate the studio. So we'll see, because we're not gonna have a tree this year. It's kind of sad, but
This is
we'll
your
figure it out.
first time in the studio, right? First Christmas in the studio?
This is the first time that we're in the studio for the holidays. So yeah, it's gonna be a little different how I decorate because we've had a tree every year and now we don't have one. So it's gonna be sad. It's all right.
Do you have a plan going? Like, do you have a like an idea in mind?
Yeah. I gotta get a lot of garlands, gotta get a lot of lights, and that's it, really. I don't want to do too much because like if I get ornaments, I don't want Rex to eat them if they fall. Or I don't want him to pull it off the garland and then the garland falls and I'm gonna be like, why did I do anything to this place? But we'll see.
Did you guys decorate for like the fall, like Thanksgiving holidays?
Mm-mm.
No.
No. It's so hard to decorate for that. I feel like it could be easy, like if I just buy some leaves and everything, but I don't know. Christmas is my favorite holiday, so
Is it also because like before you were like hosting, so like you would decorate because like you were gonna have people over? Is it now? Or are you just kind of like,
yeah.
it's just me and Norton here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I yeah, because why was I going to decorate for Thanksgiving if no one was going to come over? Well, that didn't make any sense. But like, I need to have Christmas in my house. Like, Christmas is just that kind of holiday that makes me feel like nice and like it's the only part of winter that I enjoy, and then everything else I hate.
You get like couple weeks out of the winter. God, winter
Yeah.
in New York is like 6 months, it feels like.
Yeah. Oh, Nora and I were talking about this the other day. I was like, I feel like summer came and went. Like it was like summer was 2 days, and then now we're just like in the tundra, and we will be in the tundra until March.
Really, it was like 30 degrees when I got up this morning. I was like, oh my God.
It is terrible. It sucks so bad.
I've been good. Uh, Work has been busy. I finally got admitted. So I am now
Yes.
I am now officially in ESQ. This process took me 8 months. Took me 8 months to from the time that I submitted my paperwork until I finally swore in and got to sign the extract of the role.
Yeah.
8 months.
It happened so fast because like I went on like maybe like a couple of minutes after because I was in a meeting at work and then it was done. And I was like, wait, did I
It
did I miss it?
was
And
really
apparently I
quick.
did.
Well, because all we did was like it
Well,
was a bunch of oh,
congratulations.
thank you. Thank you. It was just like a bunch of like Zoom boxes up, and they were like, unmute yourself, raise your right hand, and say I do. And so that is what I did. And then they were like, congratulations. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Oh my God. Well, congratulations. Very much deserved. You can now call yourself a lawyer, which is great.
I know. And it's legally correct. It's so exciting.
Yeah. Every time I used to say, Christina's a lawyer, she would always interrupt and be like, actually, I'm not yet. And I'd be like, well, God, you're close enough. Jesus Christ. And now I could just say it without her correcting me.
And now I just have to work on being admitted into the Texas State Bar because at some point I will go back.
Hmm.
And then the New Jersey State Bar. But that's just because like New York and New Jersey, like people in New Jersey will find like lawyers in New York. So it's just easy. Like there's a lot of
Hmm.
crossover. So it's just
Yeah.
easy to be able to do it in both states because they're basically neighbors. They are neighbors, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Brother and sisters that kind of hate each other. That's how I see them.
Kind of. So that's what's going on with us. And today you know what? I'm actually pretty excited about the episode today. I know it came together very last minute, but I think it was one
Hmm.
of our best last minute ideas.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I'm excited for this one.
So today we are going to be talking about investing in yourself. Not to be all motivational speakery, but you are your best investment. So
Hmm.
it is always a good idea to invest in yourself. And it can look like a bunch of different things. And it doesn't necessarily mean to spend money on yourself, which is something that we
Yeah.
want to make sure we get across today.
Yeah. I think it's important to put yourself first because if you don't invest in yourself, then you're not at your best self. And then if you're not at your best self, you can't deliver or you can't perform or interact, like all of those words. You can't do it outside in the outside world. So I think it's important and you have to do it. It's a necessity, not a want.
Exactly. But that's what we're talking about today. So, Liana, what does it mean to you to invest in yourself? Like if you were trying to define it for somebody.
I think investing in yourself, like you said, means like a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily mean like you're spending money on yourself or anything like that. It's more of like, what are you doing to kind of make yourself better? So for me, it's more of like reaching those goals that you set for yourself or like learning different things or like experiencing new things. Those are ways that you invest in yourself because you can look back and say, wow, I did that and no one can take that away, basically, I guess. Yeah. How about you?
No, I agree. I think that entire definition is correct. And mostly I just see it as a way as like I want to be better than I was the day before. So how can I
Mhm.
do that tomorrow so that I
Yeah.
wake up basically I see it as like I want to wake up happy with myself every day and whatever I do to invest in myself is going to ensure that that happens for the most part.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so there are several like different areas that you can work on to invest in yourself. So of course, we have like financially investing in yourself, but also like investing in your health and investing in your career and investing in your relationships and also just like general like wellness things, I is like a big, it's like a big umbrella category, like the things like when you read or when you like do something that's gonna make you happy, like when Liana and I play The Sims.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mental health break, which is an investment because we all need mental health breaks.
Exactly. So, Liana, how do you, besides The Sims, how do you invest in yourself?
So let's see. I love going to the gym. I love taking care of my physical health. So I go to the gym 4 times a week. That's an investment for myself. I also learned how to do things on my own. So like for example, my nails, they're crusty right now, but I learned how to do nails on my own so I don't have to go every 2 weeks to do them. And that's something that I can say that I have a skill set for now. Like, oh yeah, I do nails.
And Liana learned how to do her nails during quarantine. And I have to
Yep.
say, like, she has sent us progress pictures from like the very first time she did them to how she does them now. And they look so good. Like, you
Thank
picked up
you.
on that so fast.
Girl, it was rough in the beginning. You saw those pictures. They were terrible. I was like, how did I even go out the house with that set on my hands?
And
But it
she
was
does
bad.
like
It was
cute
real
little
bad.
designs and everything. Like, you could
I
open a little
try.
salon.
I try. The designs are hard. I'm still trying to get better at those, but the actual like prep of them, like filing them down and like making sure the glue is like no, like there are no air bubbles in the press on, like the press glue.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but point is, I learned how to do it, and that's really cool. Those are the two that come to mind like right away. But yeah. Oh, I also have a digital planner. Like I got my iPad at the beginning of the year, I think, and I started like creating a digital planner for myself and yeah, keeping myself on track with things. And I think those are the only those are the only things that come to my head right now.
So I I have a planner as well. Mine's like a physical planner. I did try digital planning. There was a period, I think
You didn't like
me,
it?
you, and Amanda were all trying it. And I think you might be the
Hmm.
only person who stuck with it. Because I really like to write the stuff down. Like I need to like feel physical paper for whatever reason. I don't know what that's about.
Hmm.
But also because I'll forget, like I'll go days without looking at my iPad and then I'll be on it for like 2 weeks and then I won't touch it for like a week. So my planner I always carry around with me. And also like I have like my pins that I really like. And when my planner is like all like when everything's planned out and everything's color coded like it's supposed to be, it just makes me feel so good. And I'm like, look at this. Even if everything's a mess, I'm like, look at this. Look at this. Focus on this right here.
I do miss like the paper and pen feeling, but then I'm just kind of like, I have the iPad. I might as well just like use it to its fullness, other than just like reading or anything like that.
Mhm.
So that's why I kind of like stuck with the digital. Although I have been slacking. I have not been writing in it for like 2 months at this point, which is kind of scary because that's where my work stuff is. And if I don't write it down, then I'm not doing my job. But I think my memory bank is really pulling through lately, and I'm just like real thankful for it.
Wow, that's good. I don't know. I don't know what it
Sorry.
is about paper and pen. Like, because even when I like read stuff at work, if it's short, I can do it on the computer, obviously. But like, if I have like a decent amount of papers, like I need like to print it out and to read it and highlight it and do like that kind of stuff. I would very much like to try to get into digital planning one day, maybe next year. My planner is for 2023, so I'm using it. And what else? So I read. I love to read, and I think like I love those moments when I can just like really like sit down. Funny because I can use it. I love my Kindle. I got a new Kindle for my birthday because I had one that my grandma got me when I was a senior in high school. That thing was it was
Oh.
doing its job. But this year for my birthday, I got a new one. And I like even when I'm on the train for like maybe I'm on my commute's only like 30 minutes. So even reading on the train for like 30 minutes, like it's like a moment of like peace. So I really like that.
Hmm.
What else do I spend time with my family when I can. I make sure like when I'm home to really do that, which I feel like everybody in my New York life can attest to because like nobody hears from me for like days at a time. And I'll be like, oh yeah, hey guys, I've been busy. I'm really just sitting in my room with my dogs. I spend time with my dogs. Oh my God, I love doing that.
Oh, you're saying all the things, and I'm just like, oh, wait, I do that too. I'm just like, why didn't I think of any of this?
And what else? I have really, really worked hard to like up my water intake because there, when I was
Mm,
solely remote, I was the same way. I like wasn't really on like if I was just like comfortable, I'd be like, you know what? I don't want to get up. It's fine. I'll just stay thirsty. So I've really been working on like upping my water intake and also like eating better foods, like more
mm-hmm,
vegetables, more fruit, less red meat. The less red meat part has been pretty hard. Not
mm-hmm.
gonna lie. I like chicken and stuff, but it's just like ground beef is just so easy to prepare. Like
Yeah.
and so quick. Also, if I mess it
Mm-hmm.
up, I won't get sick. Love that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that is really, and also like I just like to learn to do new things. Like I like to try new
Mm-hmm.
recipes. I've been working with my Duolingo for a while to learn Spanish. I got a
Mm-hmm.
nice 50-day streak going on.
Nice. That's really good.
So yeah. I guess that's what I have been doing. Like I feel like my investment in myself here lately has been more about like finding like moments of peace or moments of like solitude for myself because everything has felt so busy lately.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what else looks like. Look, that is what it has looked like for me here lately.
Yeah. I think another one that I just remembered is like, or like I've been doing lately is like I'll lay in bed and just listen to music that I have on my phone or like new music that I have. And I'll just like sing my heart out. It could be like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I am just like, lungs are dying for air. Their throat is like, ma'am, I need water. I'm just still laying in bed, singing my heart out. Rex is sleeping. Norn is just like ignoring me, does not pay any attention to me. So that's like you saying like, oh, looking for those moments of peace, like that would be like my peaceful moment, singing my heart out.
It's not, it's like a good way to like get like your big emotions. You know, some people are like, oh, I scream into a pillow, but like that's a really good way to
Mm,
get like your big emotions out
yeah.
and listening to your favorite songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think there are any areas like in your life that you could improve on for investing in yourself? And like, how would you do that?
Oh, yes. So I think everyone who listens to the podcast knows that I am the night owl of the three. And I have been trying so hard. They know I've tried so hard to be a morning person. It just has not worked. And guys, trust me, I have tried. I've tried. And it's not for me. So I think understanding what like when I'm most productive and like learning those things about myself so that I don't have to feel like I need to be up at 5 a.m. like my lovely two friends. That would be one. Like just basically fixing my sleep schedule so that I'm well rested, like tuned in and everything. And also, I did like this meditation energy cleanse thing. So Amanda sent me this reel of a guy who was like doing an Aquarius reading, and he was like talking and everything, and at the end of the video he was saying like, take this workshop if you want, it's free, it's donation based, whatever. So I did it. I was like, wow, I should really try meditation and like journaling more because I used to do that when I was younger. Like I had journals upon journals upon journals. And now that I'm older, like I've stopped doing that. I don't know why, but that's definitely an area that I want to tap back into. It's just like feeling my feelings and writing them down on paper. I used to have one notebook and I don't know if I still have it, but that was just like brain farts, memories, story ideas that I had, like work things, school things. It was all in that one notebook. And I wish I still had it here. I don't know if I do, but it was that book that I just took everywhere with me on the bus, had an idea, wrote it down. Saw something I liked, wrote it down. And like I would just like draw little boxes around those little ideas or like to-do lists or anything like that. And it was just my brain in physical form.
Maybe I should try that because like it makes me feel like chaotic or like disorganized when
Mhm.
sections of my life are like crossing over into other things, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
that's why like I have a work notebook and I have like a personal notebook and I have a notebook for the podcast. It's honestly it's too many notebooks. They're color coded though, so I know.
I think there I think it's just an excuse to buy all these notebooks.
Have you ever tried Headspace?
I think I've heard of that
It's like a meditation
before.
app.
Is it an app?
It's like
Yeah,
a guided
I've heard
meditation
of it.
app. I had a friend who, when I was going through bar prep, he was like, look, I started doing this at bar prep, and honestly, like it was my saving grace. So I tried it because I've tried meditation in the past. I don't know, I
Mhm.
just find like meditation and yoga to be difficult. And I think because I don't know how to stop my thoughts from coming in. Not necessarily
Mhm.
intrusive thoughts, but like, oh, I need to do this, and I need to do this, and I still have this to do, and oh my God, I can't forget about that. But like, apparently, that's the whole point of like meditation and yoga is to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
So I had a decent run with it. And then I like when I get overwhelmed, the first things to go are like the things that are supposed to like be my like moment of peace. Yeah.
Okay, so meditation, journaling, and then I think those are like the big ones that I want to like kind of like work on for sure, or like things that I know I should be working on, just like to make myself better, you know? Because I feel like when I was journaling before, I was much more aware of like how I felt about things, and now I'm just kind of like going through the motions without actually process anything, and I'm just like, okay, cool. So, yeah.
That makes sense. I feel like journaling is really good for like that, for processing what's going on without, because I know sometimes like I don't want to talk about everything that happens in my life with everybody or with like, you know what I mean? Like you don't always want to talk about stuff.
Hmm.
So I feel
Yeah.
like, which is funny because we have a podcast, but
Yeah.
but I feel like journaling is a really great way to like get all of that stuff out. Because I know I will always feel better. Like sometimes there are things that like I need out, but I don't particularly like want to say or like have a conversation about. So like writing it
Hmm.
down and then like scribbling it out or tearing the page out or whatever always makes me feel so much better. Or saying it out loud too.
Hmm.
Sometimes when I'm home, I'll do that. I'll like just talk out loud to myself. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I feel so much better.
I mean, listen, who's gonna listen better than we are? Than your own self.
Exactly.
Um, and another thing that I just thought of, practicing gratitude and just like looking, like reflecting on my day and just being like, these are the things that I'm grateful for today and that I should remain grateful for. So I think those are the ways that I would improve my investments of myself.
So like mental type wellness umbrella.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. That would be mine.
Okay. I think mine is definitely honestly like physically and like health would be my
Hmm.
umbrella. I get in these like little like spurts where I do really well with like either like going to Pilates or like going to the gym or
Hmm.
like being like active in some way. I will get in like this honestly like usually like 3 month span of where I'm like, yes, I'll do this every day and I'm on a really good routine. But what I've noticed is that it's either one or two things for me. Something will happen and I'll be like, oh, that really like rocked me for a second and then
Hmm.
I fall off. Or I fall into like a depressive episode, and instead of like pushing myself to continue my routine so that I can stay out of it or stay on top of it, I kind of just let myself fall into it. And then
Mm-hmm.
when I come out of it or when I get past whatever like kind of knocked me back for a minute, I'm like, well, crap, like it's been so long. Like, what is even the point of me like going back? And I got to get over
Yeah.
that. I got to get past that.
You used to play sports when you were younger, right?
I did. I played soccer. I did powerlifting for a little bit in high school. I was on drill
Mm-hmm.
team. I liked it. I liked being active. Honestly, when I moved to New York, I was playing soccer for a little bit and then we all heard what happened.
Yeah.
And I just didn't it honestly it was the same thing. Like I didn't pick it back up because I was like, I've let everything get so bad. Like, what is the point?
Right.
I do
I
that
was
to
gonna
myself
say
a
that
lot.
to look into like those adults, not the adult, that sounds so old, but like those like sports groups, because they have those. Because like I feel like maybe, and you could correct me, like because it would you feel like more accountable or more like you would stick to it more if you were part of like a team rather than like you having to be the one to like push yourself through. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I think I would feel more accountable. Like I would do better if I felt accountable to a team. But what stops me is like, I'm always like, I need to get into shape first and then I'll do it. Cause like, I
Okay.
don't like being bad at things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great. And then
It's a cycle.
I just, yeah, I don't. I want to be like great at what I'm doing, which is something that I'm learning to be better about because it
Hmm.
sometimes I'll be like, if I can't do it perfectly, then what's the point in doing it? And it's not very healthy.
Kristina.
It's not healthy at all. But honestly, this podcast was like a really big leap for me, which I don't know if we've talked about ever on the because we had no idea what we were doing at all. Like
None.
everything that we learned how to do came from a book, or came from like Googling stuff. And in the beginning, I know Amanda and Liana will tell y'all, like, I was so harsh in what we were doing. And I was like, I don't know. I think this sucks. I don't think we did a good job, or I don't think I did a good job. And Amanda and Liana constantly had to remind me, like, we don't know what we're doing. Like, it'll get better. Like, it's not always going to be like this.
I remember those times. It's fine. We're we're working on
Two
it.
thumbs up from this end. I don't know. You can't have perfection right when you start out. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So that mindset I really need to break out of. Um, I think another way that I can improve, but also have already been improving, is like my finances, which you guys
Hmm.
know. I have done really well this past year. And my next step that I want to take is like learning to invest, like not just in myself, but like my money and stuff. So
Hmm.
that is what I want to do next. And so I'm writing down all the questions that I have for like what that looks like, what it means, how people do it. I mean, investing is always a risk, but like to do it in the safest possible way. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Hmm.
I won't know until I
Yeah.
research. So,
Yeah. I agree. That's definitely something that I have been working on this year, like paying down the debt and all that stuff and saving for the house and everything. So, financial investments are hard, you guys. You have to really stay disciplined. It's hard out here when you want all the things.
it really is. Like, I'm excited we're going to Jamaica, but also I remember before we were doing it, I was like, is this the smartest thing for us to do? But it was. It turned out, I mean, it's fine. It's been fine. And we're going to go and we're going to have a great
It's been
time.
great.
So,
We're gonna have so much fun, and that's all that matters.
literally. I always think about this thing that my mom told me when I was growing up that I guess probably now I should probably let go of it. But she was like, you're like never going to be this young, have this much free time, have this much energy, be childless, like do all of the things, do the things you want to do. She would say you took the childless thing to heart. Maybe let's work on that a little bit.
That's so funny. My mom would be like the complete opposite. Yeah. She would always be like, Mija, life is full of roses. It's hard. So think before you do things and da da da. Never that child is be childful and all that stuff. And I was just like, okay. It's good though. It's good though. It's good that I had that guidance because who knows where I'd be.
Hmm. I think my mom's worked for me because I was just like a worry wart as a child, always. I was always worried about something. And my mom, I know my mom gave this advice to my brothers as well, but like I think part of it is that she was like, is this child not gonna enjoy life? What the hell?
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Rihanna's
Raquel.
dying. I don't know. That's me putting
Hmm.
thoughts in her head, words in her mouth. I don't know what she thought, or if she was just like, do something, live your life. Like, it's okay. The world is not ending.
My God.
So, yeah. Yes. Okay. So, I think this is mine and your first episode by ourselves.
Hmm.
Mm, chaotic. I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, what are some free and inexpensive ways to invest in yourself? Is there anything that you do that is free and or inexpensive? Well, no, free or inexpensive. Can't be both.
Hmm. Let's see. So before I started going to the gym, I used to work out at home
Yeah.
because the gym intimidated me big time, and I didn't want to go because I didn't know if I could use the machines or anything like that. And so I used to watch workout videos on YouTube, and like I would follow like this one person, and she'll have like classes set up on her
Mhm.
YouTube, and that was like a free thing to do. Pull out a rug that I had and just like did my workouts there. So that's something that I did.
There are some really good workouts on YouTube.
Hmm. Yeah. So if you're looking to get that summer bod, YouTube is the place to go.
Is there anything else that you do?
Um, I mean, now it's expensive because I have all the tools, but like doing my own nails, but obviously like buying everything up front is the most expensive part. But then after the fact, it's like it's free. Like you would only have to do your nails like 3 times for it to make up you going to the salon, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So could you take like a guesstimate on how much because you started doing this, it's been about what, a year and a half now, a year?
Mm-hmm.
So could you
two
take like a
years.
two? I think, yeah.
2 years.
Could
Yeah.
you take a guess on how much you've saved since you started doing your nails on your own?
Let's see. So every time I go to the nail salon, it's like 60 up. So damn, I saved like almost 1,000. On the times that I've done my nails, I saved like 1,000.
Wow.
Because like it's not just like your nail like them doing the job. It's like you have to tip them too. So it's like, and sometimes depending on what you do, it's like, oh, that's $70, that's $90. And it's just like, okay. So like I've definitely done my nails more than 12 times. And that already is like a lot of money. So yeah, probably 1,000 about that range.
Do you feel like it? Do you feel like you've saved $1,000?
Yeah. Because every time I do my nails, I'm just like, wow, imagine if I had to pay $80 for this. I would have been so pissed. So pissed. But then it's another thing too. Like you have to like, because Noran always tells me this. He's always just like, would you rather do that or would you rather like save time? I was like, it's like a kind of like a
Hmm.
balance thing where it's just like you're putting all this time into this when you could have gone to a salon for like an hour and a half and got them done. Then I'm just like, I'm only gonna get better. So I just have to keep going at it. Eventually we'll get it down to 3 hours and that's all I need.
I would, yeah, that's what I was gonna. How long is it taking you now?
Now it takes me, if I'm not doing a design, it takes me like 4 hours, 3 to 4
Mhm.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you like it's a when you do it, like it's a commitment and you'll like you did at some one point, like you would send us like progress pictures and I'm like, damn, she's still doing her nails. I just don't
Yeah.
know. I get
It took me a
impatient.
minute. Yeah, it took a minute. And I think the painting part is not the time consuming. It's the like the gluing and making sure like everything is the right shape and the same size and then filing things down. And then it's just like I'm getting faster. I'm getting better at it at knowing like what to do to make the process faster. So that's why I'm like learning how to cut down the time. But
Well,
so
I can
yeah,
attest that
it
you've gotten better. So
thank you so much. Inexpensive after you buy the tools, expensive when you purchase everything up front, but afterwards it's free manicure.
I'm trying to think of what I do. Well, okay, so I know I mentioned Headspace earlier, but like you don't need an app to meditate. Like meditation is free. Like you can do it like sitting at home. And there are a lot of really good yoga classes on YouTube. I love Yoga with Adriene. Like I feel like she's one of the
Hmm.
ones that can actually get me to like pay attention to what I'm doing and not just have my mind like going crazy. When it's nice outside, it is not nice outside now. I love to go to the park and just like be in the sun. That's like one of my favorite things to do. Oh, I got a library card because
Ooh,
yes, getting books at your local public library is completely free because I was spending a ton of money on books, like a bunch. So
nice.
that I'm considering an investment in myself.
That's a really good idea. I haven't been to the library in a minute. I probably should go because I do have my little key card one. It's like it's because it's not like a full card and like mine isn't a full card anymore. It's like a little keychain one.
Mhm.
So it should be relatively easy for me to just walk into one because I always have my keys. So yeah, I should probably go into the library. Haven't been in one in a long time.
Well, and I think the public libraries in New York now have it where you with your card like you can rent audiobooks as well. Because I did have Audible for a little bit.
Oh,
Hmm. I'll have to double
that's
check that,
cool. Hmm.
but I'm pretty sure. And what else would I say is free and or inexpensive? Honestly, pre going into the office as much as I have been, like I would get like a drink from Starbucks like maybe once a month or like once every couple of weeks. Like it used to be like a treat myself type of thing. I'm trying to pull back to be done with it. But if you have something, like spend the $5 on yourself, on your favorite like drink, your favorite like little snack. Also, I started following this Instagram account called Clever Girl Finance, and they have a website with like a ton of free courses that I've started to look
Oh, nice.
through. Yeah. And always look for like free courses and stuff online for things that I'm interested in. I can link, I think I can definitely link one site in the show notes that I cannot recall the name of right now, but it will be there. So, yeah. And also like if I'm interested in something, I will literally just type it into Google and put free at the end of it to see if like because like sometimes there are really good deals and stuff or like I know New York does like the museum Fridays, what is it, like the first
Mm,
Friday of every month, it's like free admission into certain museums, stuff like that I do.
yeah.
Also I would say another like free or inexpensive way to like invest in yourself because it's investing in your happiness, like your quality of life is like spending time with
Hmm.
people that you love, that you like to be around, that you know, like, oh, I can hang out with these people for hours and no issues are going to arise. Like, those things are good too.
Yeah. I think putting in the effort to be around those people is also very important and understanding that it's a two-way street, you have to meet in the middle and they can't always come to you, so you have to put in the work and you have to put in the effort to make those investments happen and you know, it's all about putting in that work. Gotta
And I think some other free or inexpensive ways that you could invest in yourself. Affirmations are always great. I love trying to make new affirmations for myself. And also just Googling stuff online also works.
Yeah.
Once I started doing like affirmations involving self-confidence, like I feel like I have become like a more confident, self-assured person. So that is
Hmm.
definitely one way. If you can afford to, taking a mental health day is always nice. A nice day where you can do nothing or do everything that you don't usually get to do or something in between that. Always good for yourself.
And I think also very important to just remember that investing in yourself is a necessity. Like I said in the beginning, it's not just a want. It's not like, oh, I can put this off for later and all that stuff. Like make it a necessity because then that way you can become a better person and human in society. Because the society needs better people, better humans.
And I think one of the last ways I'll mention is what Liana said earlier is like practicing gratitude. I've noticed that
Hmm.
I fall victim or I fall into this mindset of like, look, everything is going wrong, so everything is bad and everything is wrong. And that's not true.
Hmm.
There's a lot of great stuff happening in my life that I think that I think deserves, there we go, acknowledgement and recognition. So reminding myself of that always helps me, especially when I'm having a bad
Yeah.
day.
There's always the bright side. And I know that's pretty optimistic and like I don't want that to fall into like the toxic positivity thing, but it's true. There's always a bright side to anything. Like had a bad day, but I had a nice cup of coffee. Or like my hair's not working, but my nails look good. Or like today was crap, but I woke up this morning, so that's something.
There's that. um yeah, I think honestly for me what this conversation has kind of showed me is that like for me investing in yourself really means making sure that mentally you are good because I think for me specifically like when I am good mentally like I feel like everything else in my life kind of like starts to fall into place. And
Hmm.
so prioritizing my mental health is I think the best way I can always invest in myself. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a nice segue to our next question, our last question.
Look at you. Look at you.
What is the best investment you have ever made in yourself?
Hmm. I don't know. I think jumping back to like what you were saying, how like, when you have your mental health in check or like when you put priority to your mental health, everything else falls in place because everything comes from your mental. So you kind of have to like take care of that first in order to like do everything else. So I think, yeah. And I don't know if this is like, I don't know if there's a word for this, but like actually putting in the work and like sticking to something and not just giving up because it's like too hard or whatever. Like I remember when I was first going to the gym, I hated it so bad. I was attached to Norin to the hip, didn't want to do any machines by myself. And then I was like, why am I doing this? Like I'm never going to get anywhere. I have to like if I want to see improvement, I have to improve myself, which I guess kind of goes back to mental health. It's all a cycle, it's a circle. Everything is connected. What's that thing called?
Was perseverance the word you're looking for?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. It's been a long day, guys.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that would be okay. I'll go back. I think the best investment that I've made in myself is like actually going to the gym and being committed into a workout plan, a meal plan, um, and like actually seeing results in myself. And I'm just like, oh wow, like I'm actually seeing a difference, and that's really exciting. And obviously, there's still things that I'm not happy about or like I want to work on, but I'm still going to the gym, and I know that one day I'll look at myself in the mirror and be like, great, I feel fantastic. And yeah, I think that would be the best investment that I made in myself.
Oh, I love that.
That was all over the place. I'm so sorry.
No, you got to where you needed to be. You had a thought process that was going.
Thank you. So sorry.
If we ever do like a part two or like a update of this episode, hopefully that'll be mine. That's not mine right now though. Mine. Um, mine is like honoring my feelings, I think is the best way I know how to put it. Um, because I feel like I've been pretty honest about like the situation with my dad and how we don't really talk. And for me, it was really, really hard to honor those feelings of this person doesn't feel good in my life right now, partially because he is my dad. Like, it's not easy to be
Hmm.
like, oh, your parent is the problem. So
Hmm.
once I learned like how to honor the feeling of like maybe right now is not the best time for us, it got so much easier to do that with other people in my life. Because I had people in my life who just wasn't good for me,
Yeah.
wasn't good for them, you know, and I used to be so attached to this idea of loyalty. Like, oh, this person has been here forever. Like, why would I do it? I've experienced so much of life with this person, or like, I've experienced this with this person. Like, really, really attached to the idea of loyalty. But
Hmm.
I think loyalty is always good, but it can't be detrimental to the point where it's like, okay, but this person is actually not very good to you. Like, just because of like
Hmm.
these years or this thing bond you together doesn't mean you have to keep this person in your life.
Right.
And I know it was really always hard for me to honor my feelings like surrounding relationships. So I think when I learned how to do that, when I learned how to say no, not now, or no, we're not good for each other at this point in our lives, like that was like one of the best investments I've ever made in myself. I feel like I'm a much happier person. Yeah. I am. I think I'm a much happier person now. Not that I don't, still worry about those things or agonize over them a little bit, but I know that
Hmm.
I'm doing what is best for me in this moment. And it'll change, everything fluctuates. So at some point it might be different, but currently where I stand today, this is what's good for me. And I love that I was able to get to that point for myself.
Round of applause for Christina for getting there.
Thank you.
Because I know it's hard. It's hard. Like I can't do that. It's like it's so like hearing you talk about like you say no to like certain people in your life because you know that they're not good for you. Like I wish I could have that kind of like it's not cojones. It's just like the ability to just be like, no, like this is not happening. It's not moving any more forward than it needs to be. Cause I think I'm still stuck in that people pleaser phase. Trying to get out of it, but we'll see. If we do a part two, this will be my update,
We'll swap.
but we shall see.
Oh gosh. I think we did really great for our first episode, just me and you.
It was pretty chaotic. I
Yeah,
loved it.
I did
I loved every
too.
moment.
I love the topic we picked out. I loved our conversation. Fantastic. And if you loved
It was
it,
great.
you guys know what to do. There's a share button for a reason. Okay, so I actually don't want to end on a glow. I was kind of hoping you would be willing to share your Spotify rap.
I don't listen to Spotify.
What do you listen to?
I only I use Apple Music.
Oh my
So
gosh, do you really?
yeah.
Bro, I thought our group
But I
chat was
do have my
Spotify
Apple.
only. Hold on, I
Nope.
need a minute to process. I'm a little shocked. I could have sworn we talked about this at one point and you said Spotify.
No.
You
Amanda's
know
also
what?
Apple Music too, I think.
No, she's not. Don't say that. I'm gonna ask her. My feelings are so
I'm
hurt
gonna
right
ask her right
now.
now.
Ask her. You know what though? I do actually no. Yes, that makes sense because I know Norin when he used to put music on at parties, it would be through Apple Music. So it makes sense that you're also Apple Music. Because you guys have like a do you share like that account?
Hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see. Amanda, do you listen to Spotify or Apple Music? And now we wait. Anyway, while we wait for her response, here is
It's called
my
replay.
replay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to guess
What am I guessing?
what my top songs are?
Your top songs. Okay.
Or my top album, top artist?
Okay, I'll guess top artist. Okay. Um, Bad Bunny. Is he
Yes.
in there? Okay. Drake.
Yes.
Okay. Goodness. Ozuna?
No.
Oh, okay. Um, who else? I have another one in here. J Balvin?
No.
Ah,
Here's my
Future.
top three. No.
Hmm.
Top three, Bad Bunny. I have
Okay.
listened to 11,600 minutes of that beautiful man. Drake is number two,
Oh, I got top two.
4,100. Yeah, 1,607 minutes. And then number three, Justin Bieber,
Oh my
2,112.
God. I am so mad at myself right now. I should have known that. Disappointment.
But my top five songs, all Bad Bunny. Me portó bonito, Moscow Mule, Tite me preguntó, Un ratito, and Neverita, top five.
Is Moscow Mule Norin, or is that you?
That's me. I showed him that song. I showed him this album. So I take full credit.
Norin, anytime we went out, he had to get a Moscow Mule. Always a Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
And it was for Bad
Yep.
Bunny. Okay.
What's your
Let's see. Let's see if you can guess any of my top artists.
okay, if there's any country artist in there, I will not get it. Okay. Bad Bunny,
hmm
J Balvin, because I remember you told me that he's one of your favorites.
He's not in there though. He is one of my favorites. I do love
Damn.
J Balvin.
Hmm.
That man is beautiful.
Let's see. He is.
Bad Bunny is in the number two spot, if that helps you at all.
Who's in number one? Let's see. Doja Cat,
Mm-mm.
Taylor Swift. Do you like
No.
Taylor Swift? God.
I'm going to the
Clearly,
concert.
I
I
don't
got
know you as
tickets.
much as I thought I did.
Okay. I'll give you Spotify does top five, so I'll give you the top five. Beyonce.
Oh,
Yeah, I listened to a lot
okay.
of her this year, but I listened to her entire discography this year. I don't know
Okay.
why. I was like, I want to hear everything Beyonce's ever done. Let me listen to everything she's ever done, and that's what we did. Then it's
Okay.
Bad Bunny,
Okay.
The Weeknd.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. You went to his concert.
I did, yes.
Damn it.
Post Malone.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
I
I
can
would
tell you,
not guess that you.
I think I know why, and I'll tell you in a minute. In Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those all make sense.
So I listened to 1,500 minutes of Beyonce. That's how she ended up being my top artist. I think Post Malone is in my top artist because I listened to I Like You with him and Doja Cat like
Oh,
a
that's a nice
ton.
song.
It is. It was my top song of
Like,
2022. Yeah.
Jesus.
I listened to it 57 times in one day, apparently. I
Hold on,
don't
I
know.
think Me Portó Bonito, I played it 164 times this whole year.
Oh, wow. But my top five songs of the year were I Like You with Post Malone, Doja Cat, Alien
Hmm.
Superstar, Beyonce, Titi Me Pregunto, Bad Bunny, obviously.
Hmm.
Intentions by Justin Bieber.
I
I
love
love
that
that
song.
song. And then I'm That Girl by Beyonce.
Okay.
Wow. Love this. This was our year, you guys.
I need to be more diverse in the music. Though Apple was like, you listen to 662 new albums this year. And I was like, huh. That's good. But I guess Bad Bunny was the only one that stuck because this is the only thing that matters to me right now.
It was a good Bad Bunny year.
So
Hmm.
proud of him.
I know. Oh, love him. Oh, that man. Okay. So, if you guys want to share your replays or your raps with us, or you want to share how you glowed this week, please let us know. You know, we love to hear from y'all. And you can do that on our Instagram at Glowing Up Latina. You can leave us feedback, ask us questions. You can share whatever you want, share topics for us to talk about, or questions for our upcoming Q&A. You can share those as well to our email at glowinguplatina@gmail.com. And we also have a highlight on our Instagram where you can find the link to the Google form to insert your questions for the Q&A.
And you can stream our entire first season on Spotify, on Apple Music, on YouTube. Leave us a glowing review. We love to hear from you guys, love to hear on ways that we can be better, give you the content that you guys want to hear.
And until next time,
And no, you do it.
do you want to do it together?
Okay, let's see how
Okay,
chaotic this could go.
let's see. Okay. And until next time, just didn't even say anything.
Because I didn't know if you were going to start with "and until next time" or just do that glowing Mija part.
And until next time,
And until next time, keep glowing,
keep
Mija.
glowing. Bye.
Bye.